Hello, welcome back. Time for more BattleTech. And turns out that I lied in the description. We don't have the Argo. That's soon. Yeah, okay, last time we did end. We just rescued the Argo from the pirate moon. I don't quite have it yet. It needs repairs. So we're just going to go right into it. I don't really have any special plans for this this episode. I'm just gonna go through it. I was thinking maybe I should kind of like rush through the story and everything like that, but you know, I'm playing this game because I like playing this game, so I'm gonna not take it super slow, but I'm just gonna play how I want to play, or how I'm gonna enjoy it rather. I'm not gonna try to rush through it. I think I've been thinking too much about what my viewers might be, or, I mean, of course, you know, viewer concerns. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just waffling. Let's do something, and then I can describe or talk about what I was thinking about. Right, so we need a job. We need a job for the Argo, or while we're waiting for the Argo to come in. We've got one here. That's only a half skull. Do we have anything close by that's a little bit better than that? Because I'm a little bit tired of fighting lances of locusts. We do have a travel contract here. That's only half skulls in Detroit. Yopa, or Jopa? Joppa? That's 2 skulls. That might actually be a bit too much. We've only got a Vindicator, Shadowhawk, Spider, and what's our 4th mech? How am I not remembering this? What do we have? What was it? Oh right, yeah, the blackjack, right? The ancestral blackjack, and the Shadowhawk needs repairs. Actually, is there anything we want to refit on that before we send it for repairs? We picked up that SRM-6 last time. We could replace this bundle of SRM-2s with it. So that was 3 tons. And a single SRM-6 is also 3 tons, so it is... what's the heat? That's 4E12. It's actually not any more tonnage efficient or heat efficient. It's slightly more slot efficient, that's it. And does mean that we have less flexibility for doing mech surgery. So maybe I should actually just stick with the SRMs, or the SRM2s, until I can get like a bundle, or a pair of SRM6s maybe. Although, what would I drop to make up the weight? I don't really have anything. That's just 1 ton for the medium laser. Yeah, I want to keep this AC5. No, we're gonna... Let's keep the Shadowhawk the way it is and just repair it. And the Centurion... Oh, yes, we pulled the Centurion out of the Argo. That was our reward. So, let's get this going. Let's get this fitted. It has just a single medium laser in the center torso. We'll keep that there for now. We might remove it, but it takes time to put back on if we take it off, so... In the meantime, let's just max out all the armor as we can, or as much as we can. A little bit more on the back would be nice. Maybe 18 tons for weapons. And 1 more, okay. So, Centurion, normal fit on a Centurion is an AC-10 and a pair of medium lasers, I believe. Or is it AC-10 medium laser LRM-10? We do have an LRM-10. We do not have an AC-10, which is fine by me. I don't rate AC-10s all that high. I'd rather go AC-5 or AC-20. I mean, the AC-10s just have a little bit too much tonnage. They sit in this awkward middle ground between short range and long range, where the damage for the amount of tons it takes doesn't quite add up well. It does 60 damage and it weighs 12 or 13 tons. I vastly prefer having an AC5 or an AC20 if I can get the tonnage for it. Which you can on a Centurion. You can fit an AC20. It takes a little bit of the armor away, but I mean, if I had an AC20, that'd be great, but I don't. So let's just go with an AC5 for now. And should we do another medium laser, or just go all long range and put a large laser instead? The Centurion's not a bad brawler. It does have this dead side on the left to tank with. It's got nothing in this arm, and you don't need to fit the missiles. We do also have a support slot here we can think about. Actually, before I add anything else, I want to add jump jets. I want as many jump jets on my mechs as they can fit, because why would you ever not take jump jets? They add so much flexibility on the battlefield. It's really a prerequisite, you know, for every fit. Alright, so that's 8 tons free. I think these jump jets are only half a ton, so yeah, half ton, that's only 2 tons. We're gonna need ammo for the AC5, yeah, don't forget ammo. How many shots is that? That's 15 rounds of firing. 1 ton should be good, that's 15. I think we can do most missions in 15 rounds. So now we just have to consider large laser or medium. Well, if we do put a large laser in, we have 2 tons left for heat sinks. What if we swap out... No, large laser's 5 tons, we can't do that. Also, it would absolutely tank the heat efficiency. And, oh, this is something you have to you have to watch out for. You notice there's a medium laser in my dismount pile here. And I grabbed this one from my stowage. Or from the part storage. Even though there was already a medium laser on the center torso here, because it is technically a new part, it adds days. So we're at 19 days now with this new laser, but if you put the old laser back on, it's only 17 days. So when you're refitting your mechs, you have to be careful and be mindful of not replacing existing parts with new parts, because it does take time. So let's just get a pair of heat sinks in the torso here. In fact, let's get our jump jets in there too, just to pad out the critical slots. And it does not matter, actually, if you have asymmetric jump jets, strangely. It doesn't have any effect on the distance that you can jump with. Or there's no flight characteristics. So, the only reason why I wouldn't want to put every single one of my jump jets in that torso is in case that ammo goes off, then I'd lose my jump jets. Whereas this way, I still have at least 2. And, do we want to stick with this armor? Yes, I think so. If we drop the rear armor, what are we going to get? We're going to have 1 ton free at most. We can't fit any extra lasers in the center torso. We do have a support slot here. We can fit a small laser in there if we get half a ton free. So how much do I need to drop for that? It's 0.06 each. So maybe something like this. 35 points on the rear, and 50 on the rear center torso. I don't plan on being shot in the rear all that often, so I think we can afford that. We'll see. We'll take it into battle. If we actually take too much damage in the rear, we'll swap out this small laser for extra armor. So that's going to take 22 days to refit. And our travel contracts, or our travel time between systems is probably going to be 16, 17 days. Plus we have to repair the Shadowhawk, that's another 3 days. This might be... We might not get the Centurion in our first battle. We might have to just sit on it for a while. Alright, now let's look. What do we have available nearby? Can we do these 2 skull missions with 3 medium mechs and a light? I do like the fits that we have on our mechs so far. I replaced the AC2s on the Blackjack with a pair of large lasers. I think that's just more more tonnage efficient, more damage efficient. And I like having as much concentrated damage in single attacks as possible to get through that armor. So, what's over here? This is 1.5. It does have a black market, manufacturing. These attributes will affect what kind of missions you get and what's available in the shops. So it might be good to take a look. Clough stand, that's 19 days? Sure.
Calculating course now, Commander.
Alright. Oh, what's this? Organized chaos. A random event. Let's see. Leopard is too small. My mech taxi tripping. Knock down any walls. Move supplies. I forget what effect this has, so let's just make some room. Oh, plus 3 mech tech points. It does decrease our morale, unfortunately. But these mech tech points will make the fit on the Centurion much faster. Now it's only 12 days? Is that 12? Yeah, 12 days. So we are going to have the Centurion ready to go. Alright, now, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've been I think maybe overly concerned with being... I'm trying to find the words.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
With being concerned with, like, maybe from like the viewer's perspective, rather than, you know, what's the point of streaming if I'm not going to get enjoyment out of it, right? You want to have fun doing this. Otherwise, why are you doing it? So I'm going to try and take it more at my pace rather than worrying over, you know, if I'm doing things too slowly or whatever. I'm just going to give that a shot for a little bit and see how that works out, see how I feel about it. Okay, last cup. This is about coffee. It's just a bunch of bickering between my crew here. Split the coffee. I think taking the coffee for yourself just lowers morale, gets everyone angry at you. Just split. Okay, high spirits. That's extra resolve gain. Yeah, that's good.
Waypoint reached, Commander.
Let's visit the store. Oh, press the wrong button. Store. And we're going to want to check out that hiring hall too. The Marauder part. I don't remember ever seeing a Marauder. Is that new? It's not the Marauder I'm thinking of, is it? The old, like, MechWarrior 2 Marauder with the 2 PPCs and AC5? Yeah, I mean, it says in the description, PPC's AC5. I didn't think they had this in BattleTech. Maybe that's with the DLC. We do have a machine gun plus here. Now, these plus weapons have a slight little upgrader bonus. And a plus 25% crit bonus on a machine gun is actually very good. Machine guns, they don't do a lot of damage. They have very low range, but they are very good at fishing for crits. So having a plus 25% crit chance on the machine gun is actually... This might be worth the buy. It's only 16k. The only downside of machine guns is that you need to have a ton of ammo. I mean, a literal 1 ton of ammo, even if you just have one machine gun. And that does open up vulnerabilities to, you know, ammo explosions. But getting the extra crit is probably going to be worth it. So let's snatch that up while we can.
New weapon systems available.
Because the shop does reset every time you visit the planet. Oh, no, we can get half tons. That'll be good. Ooh, only 100 rounds? If we're just fishing for crits with the machine guns, we can probably afford a half ton.
New equipment available.
We don't have access to the black market because we haven't ingratiated ourselves with the pirate factions yet. Alright, what do we have in the hiring hall? Any decent pilots that we can actually have access to? No. We need a certain MRB review score before we can access, or before we can buy more experienced pilots.
Skipper?
Not that we would probably want this guy anyways. He's piloting focused. We're doing mostly guts and gunnery focused on all our pilots. In fact, we might have a little bit of experience, so I'll show you what we've got. Well, it's just the starting crew that you get for in the campaign. But
Good to go.
we've got bulwark on everyone except for Decker, who's going to be our sensor monkey. And then we're
Commander?
primarily focusing on gunnery otherwise. So who's got experience? You only have 600.
Ready for
You have
orders.
3,100. Okay, we can get Behemoth buffed up here. What's this next one? Is overheat threshold. That would be very nice. Let us stay in the fight longer. In fact, we might want to get this on everyone before we start going up to gunnery. Gunnery is just going to be extra base weapon hits. So it's a nice bonus to have, sure, but it's nothing special. Whereas this 15 plus 15%, no, it's not even percent, just plus 15 overheat threshold will get you a lot more than an extra 2.5% hit chance.
Mech warrior training complete.
Orders?
So, Decker, do we want bulwark on Decker, or do we want like the ace pilot? Is he going to be our light mech jockey? Ace pilot is very good on light mechs. Means you can play with initiative and have them, shoot at the end of one turn, and then shoot at the start of the next turn, and still be able to duck into cover. You get basically 2 free rounds of shooting. And with a light mech, you can very, very easily get to the rear, get that soft rear armor. So, yeah, instead of bulwark, let's go the ace pilot route with Decker. Surefooting will give him an extra evasion pip as well, so that'll be helpful in the meantime.
Training confirmed,
And
Commander.
they'll just tell me I can only have 2 skills selected. That's fine.
Waiting
We've
for
decided
orders.
what we're doing with him. And I'm unfortunately wounded for only 1 more day. Okay, so we're coming back here soon. And let's get that
Training
overheat
complete.
threshold for me.
What do you need?
And you... Yeah, Rudy looked at you. Alright. What do we have for contracts here? In fact, do we want to go... No, we don't want to go into a contract right away, because I'm wounded still, and the Centurion is still in the shop, or in the mech base for repair, or refit in this case. It's taken a while. There we go. Okay, that's why it's a decent list. Alright, well, let's take a look here, and then we can decide if we want to go in right away. So we have just a battle desert 2 skull, though. Good payment, though. 781k? Well, we're probably going to get more like 500k, because we're not going to go for the max payment, but it's going to be pretty hot running in that desert. Got one for the Capellans, recovery. This is only 1 skull. Good salvage, 4. Or I guess we're going to do 3 salvage. In fact, with only 177k payment on max, we're definitely going to go heavy on salvage. Another 1 skull, just a simple battle. An okay split between money and salvage. Another battle. Tundra. That'll keep us nice and cool. It is working for the pirates, though. Which isn't bad. Like I said, if we have good standing with pirates, we get access to the black market. There's usually some pretty good mods, equipment in there with, bonuses. And that is just a simple battle, and this is another recovery mission. Although this is a 2 skull. If we're going to go into any of these 2 skull missions, I think we're going to want the Centurion, replace the Spider, have a full lance of medium mechs. How much do we have left on that? Oh, no, it's done. I'm just waiting for my recovery, so... yeah, we can just wait one day. Contract is still going to be there. Now, oh wait, maybe some of them went away, I think. I recall this list being slightly longer. Either way, the one we're interested in still here. Tundra, Heavy Lance, it says Heavy Lance, that's completely meaningless. This is flavor text. At a 2-skull mission, it's probably going to be a Lance of Mediums. If there is a Heavy, it's going to be 1. And chances are there's going to be 2 enemy Lances on this mission. One on the field when we drop in, and then one that comes in as reinforcements as we engage. I think we can do this. Let's go for 3 pieces of salvage, because there might be some good mechs. If we can get a couple more pieces of a Shadowhawk, we can get another one. We've got 1 in storage right now. Actually, we might have 2 pieces. Alright, let's swap up the Spider for the Centurion, which means we need a new mech for Decker. Or is Decker even going to come with us, or maybe Medusa should? So, alright, what do we have here? AC5 large laser medium, 2 large lasers, 2 mediums, PPC, LR5 medium laser. This is like the stock Vindicator fit. I haven't changed it. And this is AC5 and 3 SRM2s. So we got a good mix of long and short range weapons. Not that we really have a choice, considering that our only other mechs are a Spider with 2 medium lasers and a Locust with 1 medium laser and 2 machine guns. And I'm definitely not taking the Locust on this mission. I don't think we need to swap anyone out. I'm just thinking, if we are going to swap, we want someone... What's the best mech for this multi-target to be on? Probably something with an AC5 or a PPC, so we can split fire onto a long-range target while still using our short-range weapons. Because the AC5 and PPC have minimum ranges that severely hamper their accuracy. Whereas the Blackjack is just all lasers. There's no minimum range on that. So you are going to be long range primarily. So I don't need it. I don't need multi-target on the Vindicator. The Shadowhawk is probably the better choice. I'm going to go back to my mech. Okay, let's drop with this lineup. It's on Tundra, so we're going to have better heat efficiency, so we can afford to run those lasers pretty much every combat round. I'm not expecting too much resistance on this map, or on this mission. You know, like I said, it's probably going to be a couple medium mechs, maybe 2 lances at most. There might be an ambush lance instead of a reinforcement lance. That can happen. And I don't think we're at the point yet where we're going to encounter, you know, all 3 lances. The maximum, you only ever fight up to 3 lances in any mission. And that can be a mix between mechs, vehicles, and base turrets. Also count as one of the 3 lances. But this one is most likely going to be a 2-lance mission. Which I think we can take. We've upped the armor on everyone. We're running max armor, or nearly max armor. I think the Vindicator might be a bit light. But that's simply because I just haven't fiddled with it yet. And I don't think it has the tons free. It's only a 45-ton medium. It's got a PPC on it, so that's quite a lot of weight. Plus the heat sinks to keep it cool. So I'm expecting this to go pretty straightforward.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, what's our terrain look like? Always helps at the very start of the mission is to take a nice little look around. Look for high ground, look for line of sight obscuring terrain. We've got this small hill here with a small patch of forest we can work around. And this is a lake. It means that we can hide back here in this low ground, pop in and out of line of sight, and they have to cross this open terrain to get to us. So this is going to be a good position to fight from. Now, what about over here? We do have jump jets on everyone, so we can climb mountains pretty easily. We could come around this way and just fight over the top of this mountain. That'll give us a really nice high ground advantage on our accuracy. And there's not a lot of cover on the way up. In fact, this patch of rock here, that's rough terrain. That'll make him easier to unsteady, knock over. And if there are reinforcements, where are they going to come from, other than directly behind? Like, the only risk of fighting from this position here is if we get an ambush lance, you know, they might be set up on this hill. Or they could very easily just come up behind on this side of the mountain. We'll have to see, but... I'm thinking... this mountain here. It's a better height advantage. The low ground on this side isn't much of a low ground. We might be able to be seen over the top, especially if they sit here. They might still be able to get line of sight on us. So we're definitely going to take this mountaintop over here, this extreme high ground.
Aye, aye.
Alright, let's get moving.
Location confirmed.
And, no, we don't need to start jumping yet.
Heading out.
Now, I do have all the, like, speed up options turned on here, so, I mean, they know... by default, these mechs don't move so quickly. Alright, we're gonna have to start jumping.
I leap! Engaging jump jets.
I copy.
Up high.
Still no contact yet. That's good. We're still getting into position. And this patch of rough ground shouldn't matter too much to us. We're going to be fighting up ahead here on the peak.
Got it.
We do have a decent amount of long-range weapons, so we can sit up here and plink at them at range. Should be fine. And we should be okay to sprint that far. We might get some sensor contacts. Yep, there they are. Okay, we do have some mechs. Instead of just, you know, vehicles, so it's going to be a little bit of a fight. Alright, that's a medium mech. Initiative 3 is the medium mech slot.
Waiting
So,
for orders.
we're going to reserve down, let them take their actions. And just as we can see them on sensors, they can see us, and they're going to start moving in now. And that should have been all their moves. This guy didn't move very far, so his evasive pip should be fairly low.
Waiting on you, Commander.
And let's not get in line of sight of that mech quite yet. Can we do this maybe from this angle here? And get line of sight on only one of these? I mean, the only reason why we can't see the mech in the back here is just because we're out of visual range if we move here. Unfortunately, we can't... yeah, we can't get to any decent cover while only revealing one, so... let's just stick here. Shadowhawk, what side is the dead side on this one? The left side. So, this facing is good.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Alright, that's 3. There's a maximum of 4 mechs, possibly. A Kintaro. This is dangerous. Lots of SRM-6s. And he's got nearly full armor. I was going to say full armor, but no, nearly full. So this might actually be a fight. He does have bulwark, so he's got 40% damage resistance. We're facing head on. We don't get a side aspect shot, so our shots, especially with these SRM2s, are just going to go all over the place. Which is not good for us, really. We want to concentrate as much damage as we can. Okay, we hit the arm a little bit. I wonder if they have their fourth mech as a heavy then. Or if that was just... Like, it took a little bit of time for their turn to cycle, but... So that's a medium laser on that right arm. Do you have SRM ammo in that torso? In fact, all the torsos are full of ammo. The weapons are spread out quite nicely around, or among all these locations, so it's going to take a while to strip them.
Waiting for orders.
But we're going to have to. Can we get a better... AC5 large laser... Or do we want the 2? Just considering... Actually, no, we have enough slots to move everyone up. Although the blackjack probably wants to stay behind. That's obscured, but I'm still getting 75% on the medium lasers. As opposed to 85 if I'm not. Let's get that extra accuracy. We want every hit to count. Especially with that bulwark damage reduction he's got going. It would be nice to salvage this Kintaro. The Kintaro is a very strong medium mech. You can fit a lot of SRMs on that.
On the move. On it.
That's a poor shot. I was going to say poor showing and poor shot at the same time.
What do you need?
And that's not in cover, so it's going to have to be here. That's good enough, though.
Copy that.
Now, as you can see, we've just peppered this mech everywhere rather than getting, good damage on a single component. So it's kind of a wasted round of shooting, but damage is damage. We're gonna have to go with it. We've got that right side torso slightly weakened. Okay, we got a light mech with
Picking up a new sensor trace.
some LRMs.
Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Alright, there's the reinforcements I was worried about. That was an LRM-10.
Send me a real opponent.
That's a large laser on a light mech, so that is a Panther.
Is that it? I'm
Or a
barely
Commando.
cracked.
And their fourth mech, or rather, the mech that was here was just a Locust? Okay.
Nice try.
It's an SRM Locust, though, so it's kind of the most dangerous one. Who took the most damage
can I do
here?
for ya?
Shadowhawk. You're okay. That leg took a little bit of a hit, but that's fine. These guys... I want to get this, the bulwark off of him, so I'm going to reserve down. Let him move.
Affirmative.
Okay, good. He did not go very far, which means he's going to have poor evasion. Okay, that leg is actually getting really shot up.
Reporting. Structural damage.
A trebuchet closing in. That's got a lot of LRMs. We might have to dip down into this low ground here, depending on how this next turn goes.
Commander?
Can we get line of sight? Or can we obscure line of sight on any of these targets? No, looks like wherever we go, we're going to be seen by all of them. Now, we do want a little bit of evasion, though, especially on the Shadowhawk, which has been taking some shots. Let's keep focus on that Kintaro, though. Is that a side aspect? Yeah, that would be... Yeah, we're going to be hitting his side if we jump here, so that's good. That'll let us concentrate our damage. Okay, that torso's exposed. It's good.
Commander.
And if you go back here, only one of them can see us, so that's good. We want to do that. Unfortunately, we're still in the front aspect if you go... We have to move back further, I think. I don't want to move up so far, because they'll come up over the ridge. Unfortunately, that's the only place I can get a shot on them. And I do move out of medium laser range if I do that. And we're just going to take it. Should I do precision strike on that torso? How much HP is that? 58. If you hit it with everything, you can probably get that eliminated.
Attacking from position.
Not quite. How much is left? 13. It's a bit early in the fight to be doing mech surgery, but I want to get this Kintaro salvaged. But I don't want to, leave it alive, because it's a very dangerous mech. Still, just in the course of engaging it, getting the damage all on one side, we might end up popping that torso and that leg. That'll be 2 pilot wounds. He's a defender, though, which means he's probably got 4 health. That prioritizes guts as a pilot skill, and guts gives you extra health on your pilot. So we're going to have to get a headshot. We're not going to be able to do the double torso knockdown strat to kill a pilot. We're going to have to get an additional pilot hit, which we're not equipped for because we do not have any machine guns. So we might just have to be content on one piece of Kintaro. I don't want to move this blackjack up any, because it is pretty light on armor.
Engaging jump jets.
Now, why did I just jump 1 tile? Because even with 1 tile, you still get an evasion pip, which, we're gonna need.
All weapons.
That's why I always put jump jets on every mech. It's always worth, even if it's just 1 tile, getting a little bit of extra defense.
Damage detected.
It can keep you alive so much longer. That will be out of line of sight.
Acknowledged. Firing is full salvo.
Good. I mean, well, not good that we destroyed the center torso, but it's good that that Kintaro was out of the fight. That's good. That was a very dangerous mech. What light mech has 2 LRM-5s or an LRM-10? It could be a Locust. Locusts have a variant with 2 LRM-5s, I believe. And I think that's it. I can't think of any other light mechs that have a pair of LRM-5s or an LRM-10 on it.
That shot got past my armor.
Alright. The leg. It's always the legs, because we are... we have the high ground, so the legs are more likely to get hit. So that's not unexpected. Oh, we do have some stability damage here. We might just want to pull back for now and just lob some LRMs.
Heading out.
Maybe at this trebuchet. The Locust is going to be easier to kill, but it's not very threatening. So maybe we should just go after this trebuchet.
Firing on target.
Oh, I didn't even think about reserving down. In fact,
Damage minimal.
probably do that. We should probably get everyone... no. No, that's not going to work, because if we reserve down, they're all going to act. So we can't, get everyone down this hill and then reserve it. That's not how this game works. Come on. And we're just going to have to fight it out. Has this trebuchet moved yet? What is this one? That's the trebuchet that's going to move. Right? Yeah. So, we might be able to get side aspect shots. That's an LRM 15 on that arm there, so if you can get that destroyed, that'd be nice. Who's got the most damage? That's going to be 80... That's 50... 130 damage.
Good to go.
Whereas this is 70 and 48. That's a good shot.
Coordinates received.
No, I could have jumped that too to get a little bit more evasion probably. And do we want to do a precision strike while we have it? That torso. It's got more structure, but it's already damaged. It's only 5 points, really, so maybe just going after the arm. If we can get the leg, we can knock its initiative down a phase. And get some easy called shots. Well, that's 108 health. If everything hits that leg, we can get it, but it's unlikely that everything is going to hit that leg. 48% chance with a called shot. No, let's save it. Let's save the precision strike. And we got good hit chances anyway, so.
Commencing alpha strike.
Okay, we did scratch that leg up a little bit. Okay, that side is getting pretty toasty.
Warning.
Down to 8 armor on that arm. And very unstable. So, let's just brace ourselves.
Waiting for orders.
Get the Centurion up here to tank. And that's in line of sight for 2. And this is just 1. Alright.
Here we
We
go.
can't get a side aspect shot unless we go really far up.
Roger that.
Okay, we hit the other leg, we got the torso, and the arm. No serious damage.
Let's go.
Okay, we are inspired. That'll increase our accuracy slightly. I mean, not that we were having trouble hitting anyways. This high ground gives us a
Back up
significant
my armor,
bonus to
Commander.
our accuracy. Okay. Just a bunch of LRM boats in the back, so... And okay, it was a commando, not a panther. That large laser is chewing us up a little bit here. It's nothing to scoff at. You know, if we didn't have that 40% damage reduction, that would be very bad. Ah, that leg is getting very, very weak. Okay.
Orders.
Do we want to do a vigilance? That'll give us guarded, which will trigger our bulwark, and it will still let us shoot. And it does remove the stability damage. So who's left to move? Is it the trebuchet again? Yes. So do I want to spend that just on a PPC and medium laser, or do you want to do that on someone else? Like you, perhaps?
Commander.
Your leg is pretty wounded. Alternatively, we could pull back completely and let their light mechs come over the hill one by one. Just do a reverse slope defense. But if we're facing tougher opponents, that might be the move, but we've only got... We know there's a pair of light mechs back here equipped with mostly LRMs. They're not a real threat. This trebuchet and this commando with a large laser is really the only thing that can hurt us. And this guy is pretty wounded. Once this torso goes, he's going to lose an LRM-15 and a medium laser. It does leave him with most of his weapons. Unfortunately, we're targeting the wrong side.
Waiting for orders.
I'm going to be spending my resolve, I want it to be on these two pilots because they get a discount. Because they had some coffee in the morning. Did I do that wrong? Do you have to do that after you move? It's been a while since I played. We'll find out. Cover, bulwark, entrenched. We are guarded. Okay, so that's still counted. So that's 20% and another 20%. Okay, yeah, it's still counted. We have 60% damage reduction. So we are good to sit here now. Good. Got a little bleed over into the center torso as well. Oh, that's a medium mech. Firing a lot of LRMs. That might be another trebuchet. And that's a lot of stability
Waiting
damage.
for orders.
So maybe you should actually pull back and recover. Or I could do vigilance on you. I want to get this trebuchet down before it moves. It still hasn't gone yet, so... Okay, yeah, we got the resolve for it. Let's pop this. That torso is getting grilled, so let's swap sides. Let's do a little jump, and where can we go? This, unfortunately, is the only place we can go and still get that side shot. But we're going to have that 60% damage reduction. So it's our left side that's wounded, so we want to flip around like this. Although that might expose our rear if you go too far, so that should be okay.
Affirmative.
And we'll just cut right into that center torso. Nice.
Mech destroyed.
And that was our last mech to move on this initiative phase, so we can go again. And let's go after this commando. Let's get that large laser out of the fight.
Engaging jump jets. All weapons committed.
Strip the armor, but no lasting damage.
Yes, Commander.
Maybe Medusa here can finish him off? And... man, all the cover spots are taken. This will have to do.
Taking the shot.
Alright. Unfortunately, he still has the large laser. He was on the other
Scored a
arm.
critical hit.
Oh, he's knocked down. That's good. So that's 2 pilot injuries on that commando. But he's also a defender, so... oh god. That was a pair of PPCs.
Internal structure
In phase
damage.
2. That's a... what has a pair of PPCs? That could be a Marauder, but there's no AC-5 follow-up. And a Shrek PPC carrier vehicle has 3 PPCs. And that would be in phase 1. It's an assault class vehicle. My BattleTech knowledge is failing me right now. I don't remember what could have that fit. But whatever that is, we want to get away from it. It might be time to retreat down this hill and let these light mechs come up.
Ready for orders.
And unfortunately, we do have extra initiative. That's that Locust. Do we withdraw this turn? Now that those PPCs are in range. And those LRMs. Who's going to be left? Blackjack and the Centurion are going to be left in line of sight. We're going to move the Blackjack first. And the Centurion does have full armor, so he can tank it.
Commander?
We're going to pull back to this wood line here.
Moving to position.
We're really going to want to move this Blackjack.
Receiving you. On my way.
It'll let us cool down too, not that we needed it, but... Okay, that was just a single LRM-5. Oh, he's going in for melee. It's good that he came up here, though. We can shoot him on our way back. Maybe I should have reserved these two down, so this... I could have gotten shots on this Locust. Alright, let's get this Blackjack down the hill. That is not a good chance to hit. Can we get rear shots? Yes, but that's obstructed. Or was it? 50 and 45? No, that's not obstructed. We can do that.
All weapons committed.
Now, shots to the rear ignore cover bonuses, so even though it's
Enemy
in the
mech
forest, I did
critical
not get any
damage
advantage from that.
detected.
This Commando, unfortunately, still has its most threatening weapon.
Systems. Holding. Receiving you.
And that's not a rear shot. That is. It's only 50%, but we're gonna have to take it.
Firing. On rear arm.
Not quite dead, which means those LRMs can still hit us.
Nice.
They've got line of sight.
Past his armor.
Oh, wait, no, knockdown. Knockdown reduces your vision range. So we are out of line of sight. We should be safe from LRMs this turn. Should be. Okay, that's the Commando coming up. Now we are exposed, so... They might have another turn after this on this phase, but if we can get this Commando dead, that's 17 on the center torso. We can't get around the side to get it, you know, all the damage bleed through into the center, so we're just gonna do a front aspect shot and hope we get 17 damage on it.
Yes, Commander.
That's not a good chance to hit. Anyone else have a better chance than that? Not really. If we stay on this side of the hill, that might be within line of sight of that locust. You have a one tile, or one hex range if you're knocked down, which is unfortunately just a bit too close. So we are going to have to jump back. Let's say 40% on the medium laser. If we just stay here, it becomes a 60%, but we're out of cover if we do this. We do have a precision strike though, so maybe Behemoth can actually do it.
Good to go.
Or Medusa. Let's see, if you go here, that'd be 50, and I think Precision Strike adds 20%, 25%, so that'll end up being decent. AC-5 large laser, if they hit anywhere on the left side that's already destroyed, that'll bleed through to the torso and kill it. So there's a pretty good chance of getting the kill.
Roger.
Yeah, 70%. And I can call shot on the torso.
Copy that.
Alright, we just ripped that mech in
Hope we can
half.
salvage that.
And the Locust is back up. Man, another melee attack. Even with standing up, he can still move pretty far. And that was a rear shot.
They've blown past my armor.
Waiting for orders.
That was a... No, it was the Vindicator that got the hit, not the Shadowhawk. Right torso? That's nothing. Okay, that's my dead side. That's fine. So, you have nothing on your rear.
Commander.
Unfortunately, you are not the person to be doing this. You've got all long-range weapons. You, however... you might end up overheating, though. That full jump. And you already went...
Commander?
SRMs will do it. God, only 50% chance. Small target, harder to hit. Can I get some high ground advantage if I jump here? Still only 50%. And that'll be a side shot, not a rear shot, so we can't do that. And I don't want to go too far out here, because they might be... Actually, we have nothing on sensors, so the chances are they're not looping around this edge. They're probably pushing up straight up the middle here. Can I go for a melee attack, actually? From the rear? No, that's side. That's also side. And a Vindicator, what's your melee? 55? He's only got 30 on the center torso. And you're locked in on the front hit anyways, because you're too close. And you only have a 40 damage melee. Still, that's the best chance to hit. We might have to overheat.
Engaging jump jets.
Oh god, that's gonna shut down. If we only fire the medium lasers, but that's only 55% chance to hit. We need both of them to hit to get a kill. What about a medium and a large? That's overheat. This might have been the wrong move. But if we can kill this locust, we're gonna have a turn free. We can get the restart. Just fire everything.
All weapons committed.
Okay, that's the first lance dealt with.
Enemy mech destroyed.
It's a lot of structure damage, but
Heat critical.
I think it was worth it.
Good to go.
Okay, you guys... just hold on for now. Actually, how far can you jump? Pretty far. If I can move him back here, and then jump onto the top of the ridge here next turn, I'll have a lot of evasion pips. Rather than just staying where I am and jumping a shorter distance, that won't give me as much evasion, so let's move back a little bit and then
Aye, aye.
brace. You know, take full advantage of everything we've got here, especially against
Right,
that
Commander.
double PPC monster, whatever it is.
Let's get fired up. There's work to do.
Okay, that's a light mech coming in. Let's reserve down again.
Got it.
Medium. And whatever this is. Whatever heavy this is. Okay, it is a heavy mech. And it is coming around the side. Next turn, it might have a line of sight on us. Yeah, it might be able to make it over here. Still, everything's moved. But unfortunately, that doesn't mean everything is braced. Oh god, the jump jets are not very good. Right, I think the Shadow Hawk only has, what, like 3 jump
Waiting
jets?
for orders.
And we can't... Oh, this. That's line of sight on only a single mech. Let's do that.
I copy.
And that was a Locust, and that's a Trebuchet, just as I thought. We're gonna have to go... Yeah, that's a double LRM-5 Locust. Let's fire on this Trebuchet, get this out of the fight. And we missed with the PPC, unfortunately. That was very bad.
Reactor online.
And, oh, yes, we do have line of sight. Good. Just with the AC-5, but it'll do. That was my left side. I don't want to show my left side. I should have thought about that before I jumped.
Right, Commander.
And that was a hit on that torso.
Yeah.
And we don't quite have the range. So let's just sprint to cool down a bit. Okay, the other Locust. So that's what was shooting those LRMs at us. It's all accounted for.
Internal structure damage.
That leg is getting beat on pretty hard.
Reporting. Minimal
That
damage.
center torso's not looking too good either. Alright, next is the trebuchet. And then this heavy mech here. Are we going to have the armor to be able to do mech surgery on whatever this is? Because I would very much like to get a heavy mech. It would really bolster our lance quite nicely.
Commander?
So, can we stay out of line of sight of this thing? Can jump into cover here. Can't get a shot on that trebuchet though. And that'll expose us. And get a shot here. That's still only the AC-5 in range. Now this Locust only has 2 evasion. Can we get shots on that? 55? What if we come down here? 60. And that is out of line of sight. And we want the right side exposed. Yeah, let's just try to get these guys out of the fight. Nice. Straight to the center torso. We got some stray shots on the trebuchet. Some missiles overshot. Okay, that leg is gone. That's really bad. That's a pilot injury.
Going over.
And I think that was some jump jets?
Damn it! I'm wounded.
Yeah, that was one of the jump jets. But it does mean that this trebuchet did put itself into a vulnerable position. We can get shots on it without exposing us to that heavy mech. We want to get precision strikes on this. Do we just go straight for the center torso? Or are we trying to get this left torso? 33. Yeah, let's just try to core it out.
All weapons committed.
Got a couple hits.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Ready for orders. Copy that.
And let's do this again.
Copy.
Nice, that was another center torso hit with that AC. So we have an LRM-15 crit and a medium laser crit. Those 2 weapons are going to be slightly less accurate now. Catapult K2, that's what has the double PPCs. Unfortunately, he is shooting my Vindicator on the ground. That is
Armor
very
broken.
bad.
Internal damage.
I need to get him out of the fight.
Yes, Commander.
Are you just going to be an LRM boat for the rest of this fight? That's my left side. That's got everything in it. So I want to be facing this way. Actually, can I get back here without that catapult? Can I get anywhere useful? If I go down, that catapult's just going to walk up the hill next turn. And that's in line of sight, or is that line of sight? Yeah, that is. That's indirect for everything, though. So, no, let's just hide. Use the LRM. Oh, we still managed to get hits on it, that's good. Now, why is this trebuchet in the second initiative phase? Because precision strike, yes, precision shot, strike, whatever it is, lowers their initiative by 1. So we got some free shots on this guy.
Good to go.
And the Shadowhawk can be seen by that catapult. Not if we move down here, though. It's actually going to have to be here. And actually, no, 1 back. Then we can get the AC-5 on it still. It's just barely... That catapult is going to walk up the hill here and see the Shadowhawk, so let's make sure to get our right... No, Our right side has all the ammo in it, but it is not damaged. We might just have to risk the shots here. In fact, we could Vigilance, get that 60% damage bonus. Or damage reduction, not bonus. and pull back everyone else out of line of sight from that catapult. This way the Shadowhawk is the only thing this catapult can fire at. Let's not give it an easy shot though. Let's aim back here still.
Time to fly.
And I hope I didn't mess up that orientation. Alright. He's down.
Kill.
And then everyone else can concentrate on this locust.
Orders.
I'm going to start with the LRMs here, just to get that evasion pip down.
My mech is limping. Engaging target.
Can we get a side aspect shot on that, actually, without exposing ourselves? No, we want to stay out of line of sight from that catapult. That was the whole point of keeping the Shadowhawk down here. We can stay here. What is that line of sight going to look like if we do? The catapult will have to move up like this far. It might be able to get that far. That's pretty much the only place it can stand. In which case, that's your left side. So let's show the right side just in case. Overheat again. We'll just turn off the laser.
Engaging
Blackjack
target.
does run hot. Okay, left leg destroyed. That'll make it really
Enemy
easy to
net.
shoot.
Critical damage detected.
Standing
And
by.
you are left. Fortunately, you are a little bit too exposed out there. We could vigilance with the Centurion, jump him down. It's the left side. That'll be center. That'll be a front aspect shot to that catapult as it comes over. Can we block line of sight if we stand here? We might be able to block line of sight to our Shadowhawk if we do.
Confirm.
Alright, well let's spend the resolve. Do I want to conserve the ammo? Like, it's only got 32 HP in the center torso. I mean, a large laser could do it, but if it doesn't, if it hits the arm or something, I probably want to... I want to just kill this thing.
Engaging target.
I don't want it hitting our mechs in the rear. Any cheeky melee attacks. Okay, that's why we bulwarked. Did he actually take a shot?
Damage minor. Come on, mech warriors. It's go time.
Okay. How do we do surgery on this thing? It's got machine guns. Definitely want to take out these arms. That'll destroy the PPCs. 75 armor, 75 structure. We don't have a lot of resolve. We did spend a lot of it making sure we didn't get roasted too hard. Still, we move before it does.
Waiting for orders.
And we can't jump into cover. And that's inside AC5 range. Can we sprint out of line of sight? No, we want to take advantage of it while we can. We definitely want to stay in cover though, so we might just have to take the bad shot. Show the left side.
Right, Commander. Firing everything I've got.
Okay, that was a good leg shot. We might be able to knock it down.
Yep.
Nothing yet.
Yes, Commander.
It is running hot, so it might only be able to fire a single PPC this round. I am also running hot, though. We might just have to walk and save the heat. Should we go for a precision strike on that leg? $72, a 48% chance to hit. 72, yeah, we got enough damage.
Engaging target.
Not quite. We did destroy a heat sink though, which means it's going to be even less heat efficient.
Detected.
Oh, melee attack. If it wants to do that, that's kind of okay. Oh god, that was a rear attack actually.
Can't
It hit
take
the
many more
leg.
hits like that.
Thank god it hit the leg. If that hit the torso, that would have blown through. That would have been a lot of internal damage. Unfortunately,
Commander?
it does mean that this leg is only at 5 HP now, so we got to be very careful on that. It's left leg, so this side of it. Do I want to... If I jump here, he will be locked in melee. He won't be able to maneuver around and hit the rear again. My right side, just like this, should be okay.
Affirmative.
If we end up blowing up this torso, that's alright with me. And this leg is also good, so it's probably... We can probably just do a regular shot. We don't have to use a precision strike.
Got it.
Okay, there's a leg. That's one pilot injury.
That's a critical hit.
Now this pilot does just have the pilot name. The names give you an indication of what they're specialized in. Pilot, obviously piloting. So he might only have 3 wounds. And that was 1 wound with that knockdown. If you can get this torso, that's going to be another wound. How much armor is in that center? 70, 175 HP total. That torso's at 36. It does have cover, despite being knocked down, so it's going to be 20% damage reduction. 36. We might just want to give it everything.
Engaging target.
Especially if we miss like that. 85%.
Receiving you.
Oh, do I risk? No, I'm going to leave the Vindicator for now.
Orders. Move into position.
Have it come up and fire everything after the catapult stands back up. Left torso, yes. There's the leg again. Just can't hit what we want to hit. We had the same problem with the quick draw in the last mission. We got both torsos destroyed, and the left leg down to 1 HP, but the center torso was also at 1 HP, and we
Ready
just
for
could not
orders.
finish off that leg. Alright, let's reserve down, let it stand up. Another melee attack. Oh, that's another leg hit. Jeez. That's actually very dangerous. If both those legs go,
Armor.
that's a dead mech.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Commander.
Can you get anywhere useful? That's not rough ground? No. That's the left side. Fortunately, that's the other side. So that doesn't help us. That does not help us at all. We might just have to do... Well, he's busy.
All weapons are
Just
go.
work on that other torso, maybe? Another heatsink destroyed.
Reporting critical hit.
Let's get fired up. There's work to do.
Okay,
Waiting for orders.
you need to get out of there. Unfortunately, you can't get anywhere useful. I mean, you can lock him into melee here still. Risk both these legs. That's the right side. I need to be on the other side. I can get a knockdown, 76 HP on the right leg. What are the odds I'll be able to hit that enough times to... I mean, if I destroy that leg, I'm only going to get 2 pieces of salvage from the catapult, so I want to keep that as a last resort. Ideally, I want this left torso. So maybe someone else can get around. Nope, that's all on the right side. That's also all on the right side. You are the only one that can shoot the left. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be from the open. Unless I get through the left torso rear armor. That'll be 46 damage that I need to do. If I jump, I won't recover any stability and I'll get knocked over next turn, so I'm just gonna have to walk. Shadowhawk does have a very strong punch though, 85 damage. Unfortunately, I'm locked in on the front aspect here if I decide to melee. So, it's just gonna have to be a side shot, precision strike, get the called shot on that torso. 48% chance to hit it. There we go. And that was a lot of bleed through, but...
Critical hit, Commander.
I'm gonna have to go for it. And then, if we can get this other right torso down without destroying the center torso, we would have a fully intact catapult. Which I very much want. And we don't have enough for a precision shot. Oh, don't hit the center. Okay, slightly wounded the arm.
Yes, Commander. Got it.
Alright, same again. Yes! There we go! 3 pieces of salvage.
Mission
That is going to
successful.
bolster our lance very nicely. Catapult K2 is a solid platform. And normally catapults come with a pair of LRM-15s. You know, one in each arm. The K2 variant is a full energy weapon variant. Do we have enough salvage for it, actually? I know we have 2 for sure. Did I go for 3? You're wounded, that's fine. That's a lot of repair time, though, especially that Vindicator. Ah, yes, we got 3. We got 3 slots. Alright, that's a free mech for us. And there's nothing else that we desperately want more than a catapult part, so... What else did we get? We got a trebuchet part. Another commando part. Do we have 2 in storage, or is this our second one? I guess we'll find out soon. And we got an LRM-15, that's nice to see. And another SRM-6. Yeah, we're moving up. Increasing the weight of our lance slightly. It's going to take a while to get that catapult fitted and repaired, though. Okay, Lady Arana's contract to liberate Welgery is ready to review. Okay, that's the next story mission.
That mech you asked for. That mech is ready to
And we
fight.
did have 2 parts of a commando already, so we got 2 new mechs. And we have not enough space, so we are going to send the Locust to storage. Actually, we might just want to scrap it. I'll hold on to it for now, though. And the Spider can probably also go if you've got this commando. It's 25 tons, Spider's 30. The Spider's very much a scout, though. It's not like a brawler like the commando is. So yeah, let's get that in storage, and let's see what we got on the commando, on the catapult. Did we manage to save any parts? We saved everything. Oh, that's right. Because in the base game, when you salvage a mech, you get like the default fitting for free, which is kind of absurd, honestly. Okay, well, before we touch that, let's get repairs going. It's 2 days. And you actually need proper refits because you lost some parts. Yeah, we need another jump jet. And just repair everything. Yeah, we don't want to... we don't have any tonnage to mess around with the armor. That's 8 days repair.
Shouldn't be too hard.
5 days there, okay. Alright. What can we do with you? Do we want to drop these machine guns for something else? It's going to be a long-range sniper support mech, so probably not machine guns. And we're definitely going to want jump jets, which we don't have any because it requires heavy mech jump jets, not standard. So we're going to have to buy some. How many jump jet slots? 4? Are there any in the shop? Yes, they're kind of expensive, but we got the money for it. Yeah, 2 million C-bills.
New equipment available.
And once again, I'm disappointed by the store. You have to buy each item individually, one by one. There's no shopping cart system, which makes buying lots of things very annoying. Right, okay, machine guns. Get out of here. Especially that center torso ammo. That's just asking to die. And that gives us enough tonnage for 2 jump jets. And do we also want to drop these medium lasers and just go pure PPC? And armor, too. What are we going to do for armor on this thing? Can we get away with only 3 jump jets? It'll be less range, but catapult's not going to be moving too far. You know, it's going to be sitting up on a perch and that's about it. We could also swap the PPCs into the torsos. That'll protect them a little bit more, but it will reduce their accuracy by 5%. And it'll also take more time to refit because we're moving stuff around. No, I think we're just going to drop the rear armor. Oh god, 25 is a bit light, but we're going to have to do it. Are we even? No. Now we're even. Just thinking, maybe we don't want double PPC. We've got a large laser. That'll save us 2 tons and improve our heat efficiency. That'll give us more armor. It's less utility though, less damage. Like the PPCs, in addition to having 10 extra damage over the large laser, they also do 2 stability damage. And they impart a sensor's impaired effect, which reduces the enemy accuracy. Is that worth 2 tons and extra armor? No. No, I'm gonna say no. Let's just stick with the double PPC.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
I consider dropping some heat sinks, but it does run pretty hot firing both of those things, so... And this commando, what do you got? SRM-2 in the center torso, SRM ammo. We could swap the ammo and the medium laser and have a dead side. And this thing needs jump jets as well. So we might actually want to drop medium laser. How many jump jets can it fit? 6. This will give us 4. Oh, well, no, we're half ton overweight, right? Because it's... What am I thinking? We need 2 tons for 4, not... Oh, whatever. Armor is really low on this, though. Are we really just going to have a single large laser if I drop this SRM for more armor? Is that worth taking? Would that ever be worth taking over, you know, a medium mech that can have a large laser and extra stuff? You know, and jump just as far with 4 jump jets? Because I'm looking at... That'll give me 1 extra ton of armor. Which will be what? We want that armor up that arm as much as possible. Something like this. Is that really worth it? We've got 3 energy slots, 2 support slots. We could... I don't like to do this, but we could just make this like a medium and small laser boat. Rather than like a single large laser. That'll give us another ton. Unfortunately, that is very hot. Unless we put a heatsink in there. It's not any extra armor. It packs a bigger punch than a single large laser, but it spreads that damage out all over the place. It needs to be very close to make the most use of it. If we're not firing the small laser, how much heat are we generating? That's 12, 24, 36 heat. We sink 30 heat a turn with the reactor heat sinks. And then this extra heat sink here is another 3. So it's 33 heat versus 36 generated. So it's actually not that hot. If you fire the smallest, that's another 12 heat on top of that. So we're 36, 48 heat minus 33. That's 15 heat. Is that 15? Am I doing my quick math right? That's actually not bad. Yeah, that's not a bad that's not a bad heat load. This might be Decker's mech. If we can get Ace Pilot on Decker, he could run in behind, or run or jump in, behind targets, unload all of these lasers on the rear armor, and then do it again next turn, and then jump away. It's a kind of a situational tactic. You need to have some place that you can duck out of line of sight to. You can't do it in the open field. But it could work. It could be effective. You know, hard-hitting light mechs with a lot of maneuverability can be very strong. Alright, but okay, what's our queue looking like? We have 2 days on the Blackjack, 10 on the Vindicator, and 15... We're going to be out of the fight here for quite a while. If we wait the full 20 days, we can get the Catapult. And this Commander will just be like a luxury option that we have later. In the meantime, though, should we be traveling, or should we just sit here for that full 20 days? We do have a travel contract here. 15 days. That's a 26-day travel time if you want to do the story mission. Weldry. I forget what the Weldry mission is. Is it the prison break? Or is that another one? Or is that further in? If it's the prison break, we're going to have to fight a Jaeger mech. Which is a 65-ton heavy mech. Equipped with... I think it's got a pair of AC-5s and a pair of AC-2s. It's kind of a in the lore of BattleTech, it's an anti-aircraft mech designed to take out aerospace fighters. It's got very little armor, though, so it's not... It packs a punch, but it's pretty weak. Can't stand up to a slugfest. That'll give us plenty of time to fit everything. Do we want to keep pushing the story forward? It'll give us a decent chunk of money, too. I'm just thinking the only other mission that I think is this early would be the strike on... I don't remember exactly what it is, but it involves taking out some convoys or some mobile command centers that are trying to escape, or hidden ammo depot, something like that. It might be that. Although I remember doing that mission with a heavier lance than I have now, so no, I think Weldry is the prison break mission. Well, let's just look at our mech warriors where we think about what to do next.
Yes, Commander.
Do we have
Waiting
any
on you,
experience? Should we start going into gunnery? Possibly?
What's up, boss?
Waiting for orders.
3500, you get that heat threshold.
Training complete.
Orders.
And you too? Or maybe we do want that plus 10%.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Nice uniform gunnery skill among the pilots here. Well, for the most part, Decker's a bit low, but he's not really focusing on gunnery right now.
Standing by.
Okay. We can't do a mission right now anyways, because all our mechs are in the bay. So we're gonna have to wait. So we should probably use that time waiting, traveling, so we don't have to wait, spend money, or burning money, on the way. Do we have a travel contract? Battlefield. There's gonna be some good stuff in the shop, but otherwise not much. Still, 1.5 skulls. This will be a decent contract for us when we get there. So what type of mission is it? Just a battle? Yeah. Get the... 1.5. It's probably going to be a lot of light mix. 2 pieces of salvage? Sure. Let's go with that.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
Ready to go over financials whenever you are.
Okay. We did lose 2 morale from a random event, so we might want to buff this up a little bit. If we can get this next bar here. 15 resolve. Versus 25, yeah. Sure, let's beef that up a little bit. When you're doing that, it's always worth it to pay for the full morale increase rather than the +1. Doing 2 months of +1 costs you more than a single month of +2. So why would you ever not pick +2? Okay, medical expenses. This will increase the healing time, or increase or decrease, depending on what we pick. It'll get Behemoth into action faster. It's only 5k, or 25k. That's nothing. Let's buy it. Alright, now it's only 8 days instead of whatever it was, which I didn't even bother to check. And unfortunately, I just saw that our +3 mech tech points just expired, which means these things are going to take a little bit of extra time. What do we have available right now, then? We only have 3 mechs. We're going to have to wait at least 3 days to get that Shadowhawk. So, let's first check out what kind of pilots we got.
Commander.
We got Warbore, sensors. This might be a good replacement for Decker if we lose him. But I think I'm going to look for...
Standing by.
Where are you? Sure footing, your guts and piloting. I would not have made that choice, but... starting with 8 guts, that would have been really nice. No. What's in the store? Do we have any interesting... Oh god, we have some mods and that's it. +1 hit defense. It doesn't cost any weight. It is 3 critical slots, so it takes up everything in the center torso. But I believe this +1 hit defense makes it harder to hit. Just, I mean, obviously, ooh, gee, what does +1 hit defense do? But I mean, there's a gyro that has +1 melee defense, whereas this applies to ranged attacks, I'm pretty sure. It's 220k. It's costing us 46k, 460k just because we picked the extra morale, so once we go next month, we'll be able to drop that down. What's our next payment? Is in 19 days? We'll definitely have a mission before then. So, we might want to buy that, actually. We can't fit it, because, you know, our mechs are... our queue is full, but next time...
New equipment available.
Making it a bit harder to hit is always nice. And these Armons are just extra melee damage and stability damage. We're not going to do that. Maybe if we had like a... if we wanted to fit the Shadowhawk to be a, you know, a melee monster, we could. I mean, that's not actually a bad plan. The Shadowhawk does hit very hard. 85 damage. It's the hardest hitting medium mech that there is. Unless you have the Hatchet Man, which we don't. We don't have that DLC, so... it's the best that we've got. But we're gonna hold off on that. Give me some time. Okay. Shadowhawk is ready to go. We can go in now. And the Commando's in the bay still, so we're not gonna bring in Decker. Okay, I think we're gonna run it this way. Don't think we need to swap anyone around. I need to remember to keep drinking here. I'm talking a lot. I mean, I say that during these loading screens in which I barely talk because I have no idea what to say to fill dead air, because I'm terrible at Satsudan. Alright, this is just a straight up battle. I'm not expecting anything. I'm just reading the blurb here. It says, engage the heavy mech. 1.5 skulls. It's just a straight up battle. It's not like an assassination mission. And I've had missions where it says, you know, we're tracking an extremely heavy mech and blah, 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 blah. And it turns out to be a light mech. You know, it's the skull rating that you really have to look for, not the mission description. This is mostly just fluff. So it's... if it is a heavier mech, it's probably going to be a heavy mech on the lighter side, like 60, 65 tons.
Command interface initiated.
Or it could just be 55-ton medium.
Should have brought a coat.
Right, so what we can encounter in this mission is whatever this target is, it's going to have a lance defending it. There can also be an ambush force out on the map already unmarked somewhere. And there could be a reinforcement lance. Now, what do we have for terrain? Let's do our little terrain scout first. Not a lot. We've got this high ground way back here, but that is... we'd have to draw them into it. We won't be able to set up here and start the battle. And we don't have a lot else. There's some forested terrain here with a small ridgeline that we can hide behind. So we might have to fight from here. Unfortunately, there is this ridge here that they can take cover in. You know, fight across the way. In which case, we might be able to jump. It's a bit far to jump between those two trees. So instead, do we want to take this hill from them? There's a bit of low ground here that we can hide in. We can pop up over with jump jets. They can't walk down this terrain. These are cliffs. So, yeah, we might want to sneak around this side and pop up and down with our jump jets. That's
Roger that.
not a very fast mech. Or maybe the Shadowhawk was just in a better position to get out ahead. Or it could have been on the road. Alright, do we want to sprint all that way? Sensors aren't going to get very far. Let's keep sprinting.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Or it could be a vehicle. It's a heavy vehicle.
Copy that.
I forgot about that possibility. It doesn't have to be a mech, even though this description says it's a heavy mech. It is a super heavy vehicle. It's an assault vehicle.
Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Could be a Shrek PPC carrier. I doubt it's a demolisher. That would be bad if it is.
Reporting.
And we have a reinforcement lance of lights. Fortunately, they're going to have the high ground on us. They're going to have the height
Good to go.
advantage. Now we could pull back into this wood line and make them come down from the height, or from the bluff here. They are chasing us now,
Pedal
so...
to the metal.
What's up, boss? I copy.
So yeah, we pull back, let them come to us. That vehicle will just drive around in that low ground for a little while. It's going to take him a long time to catch up.
On it.
It could also be an SRM carrier. Which, it's a lighter vehicle, but for some reason it's classified in the Assault Initiative. It carries 10 SRM-6s. Not something we want to get close. It might also be an LRM carrier, but I think those are Initiative 2. Okay, just more locusts. Just a lance of locusts in support. And all the LRM variants too, so... Not a big threat. Okay, really, just... We have nothing to worry about for these guys. We can bully them pretty hard. I'm gonna reserve and see if that vehicle fires a bunch of missiles at us. No, so it's not an LRM carrier. Although it is getting close. So we want to finish off. This locust is in the open. And he's got low evasion. So let's just waste him. Can I get any closer? No, I can't. Not while staying in cover. Nice. Just corded out with the first shot.
Gotcha.
Now, ideally, I want to do that to
Ready for
everyone. No, you have long-range weapons, so you're just going to stay back here.
Copy that.
I mean, I'm
Firing
doing
all
face
way.
tanking. What? Another nice center torso shot. Good.
Let's go.
Target
So
eliminated.
we really don't need to worry about these locusts. They are not a threat. You have just a bunch of lasers, so you can afford to get close. I did not manage to get sight on that vehicle as we jumped. If you jump over ridges or between, you know, up and down hills, you can get like a brief sight on things as you go.
All weapons committed.
Okay, 3 for 3.
Enemy mech destroyed.
And that leaves you... we are going to be able to get the drop on this vehicle here next turn. This is a fast and easy mission. I'm not expecting the second lance to show up. That was a reinforcement lance. If there's going to be a third lance on this mission, it would have been an ambush lance already on the board.
What can I do for you?
You guys can't get into line of sight. So we're going to reserve... We're going to keep these guys in reserve, and we're just going to move up here. Can we get us better, like a side aspect? No, we have to get this close.
Engaging jump jet.
SRM carrier. Oh, that's dangerous. Like I said, 10 SRM-6s. This thing can put out a lot of punishment. Fortunately, it has very little armor and very little structure, so chances are pretty good we're going to kill this thing. Especially with 85% chance to hit. And we're on the front aspect though, so we might want to do a precision strike and just focus on the front armor here. That's 55. Just 2 large lasers hitting will kill it.
All weapons
Okay, that's a side shot.
Come on,
Oh, we still managed to get through.
go time!
And we're done. Easy. That was a quick little mission. Those heavy threat, those heavy mech threat missions are really not a problem if that heavy mech turns out to be a vehicle. And unfortunately, we did take mostly salvage, so we got a lot of SRM6s to pick through, and we don't want any locust parts. We can scrap it when we get it. That's a little bit of extra money. So, well, actually, it's going to be like 100k, or no, like 10k for the locust. It's like 100k to buy a locust part. You get barely any money back if you sell it, scrap it. So let's just get some SRM6s. And we got the parts anyways, and a bunch more SRMs. Well, job done. And these, you know, low skull missions, they can go by pretty quickly. Still, we didn't take any damage. None of our pilots were wounded. So we can go straight into another mission. It says we need mech repairs. I don't believe you. Come on. You scrap. Oh, it is. It's 136k for the full mech. It's only, yeah, selling parts give you like 10k. Okay, so that's an extra 136k. So the salvage kind of paid for itself. You definitely don't need another locust, so... Now, he says our mechs were damaged, but, yeah, no, they're fine. Alright, well, new contract. What do we got? Oh, a decent amount. Abandoned factory. Capture base, Tundra. 700k. Or 3 salvage. 1.5. We might want to go more money on this one. 1.5 skull is probably going to be a bunch of light mechs. Light vehicles, even. It's a base defense, so there's going to be... Or a capture base, so there might be a group of 4 turrets. And turrets don't really have the best salvage to begin with. So this is a good money option. That's 610k for that one. That's an ambush convoy mission, though. I hate ambush convoys. You have a pretty strict time limit on there, so let's avoid that. Another battle. Assassinate. This could have good salvage. If the target is in a decent-sized mech. So we have to max out the salvage if we want all 3 parts, though. 2 skulls. Our catapult is still in the bay for another, what, 2 days? What do we got? Come on. You're not gonna tell me? Wrong option.
Talk to you later.
Gotta go into the actual mech base stuff. 3 days. Can we wait 3 days? Is that contract gonna expire in 3 days, you think? We don't really need to wait for the catapult. We did a 2 skull mission with our existing loadout. And what else? Another battle. Another ambush convoy. Nope. And a travel contract. Which is ambush convoy. We're not doing that one. So choice is hostile acquisitions or renegade. Do we want more salvage or more money? No, not hostile. Abandoned factory. That's the one we're looking at. It's gonna be an easier mission. It's a very simple paycheck. We don't really need the money. You kind of want salvage. You know, money is basically only used to pay for your monthly expenses. You can't really get new mechs with it. It's so overly expensive to buy mech parts in the shop. You're much more better off just getting salvage from missions and selling that salvage for money later on. Like, if a locust gives us 136k, that's basically that's half of a monthly payment right there. So it's always good to prioritize salvage. And, oh no, we don't need the max salvage. So let's just go, yeah. 3 guaranteed, 12 random, and 220k payment. Sounds good. That's Martian environment though. That's going to be very bad on our heat efficiency. And we do run a lot of energy weapons. So that could become a problem for us. We'll have to see. Now, okay, assassinate missions. You have the target mech. You have a bodyguard lance. And you have a reinforcing lance or an ambush lance. So we're going to be facing at least 2 lances of mechs here. Now, the target counts as one of its one of the 3 lances you get in a mission. So it's not going to be a bodyguard lance, reinforcing lance, and an ambush lance. It's just going to be one of the 2. Now, we do have the option just to pop the assassination target and extract. But in my experience, the extraction point is usually past all the enemies, so you're going to have to fight your way through them regardless. And you miss out on salvage if you don't kill things, so we're just going to kill everything. We're not going to bother evacing. Oh, what is that? I need to take a closer look. That is a heavy mech of some kind. So I'm looking over my microphone here. What is that? It's definitely a heavy mech. I don't think it's a medium. I don't think it's an assault mech. I'd be very surprised to find an assault mech on a 1.5 skull or 2 skull, whatever this is. Okay, so it does have an escort. Escort's way over here. Let's see if we can draw the escort in without getting the target. So we're going to have to fight. There's some bridge lines we can dip in and out of. There's some whirlwinds here. This acts as cover on Martian terrain. So there's a little bit of cover we can take advantage of. And some ridges we can pop in and out to break line of sight.
Coordinates received.
Okay. Let's keep moving. Let's try and stay away from the actual target here as long as possible. We want to
Roger.
dismantle his escorts first before engaging him.
Moving out.
Okay, they're pretty close. We got a vehicle. That makes it easier for us. Vehicles are simple to deal
On the
with.
move.
Location confirmed.
And is that all? Or are we just out of sensor range? It is a heavy vehicle, though.
We got company.
Alright, so we got light mech, a medium, and some sort of super heavy vehicle. Or assault class vehicle. We're gonna reserve and let him come forward. Centurion, okay. It's the large laser Centurion, not the AC-10. That's good. Despite not rating AC-10s all that much, they still, 60 damage is nothing to scoff at when it's being slung at you. I just don't like to use them on my mechs because the tonnage efficiency is not very good. Is this guy ramshackle? No, he's got his full armor amount. It's going to be a little bit harder for us then.
Standing by.
Alright, what is this vehicle? Okay, we've got 2 vehicles. That looked like an LRM-10. That might be a striker. And we're not going to
Good to go.
select done on that. And, okay, we're going to want to... God, we have very little cover here. I should have taken a second thought about doing a Martian mission. And can we get... We can kind of hide behind this hill, hide from this vehicle coming up, but it does mean that we're not going to get any, decent cover. We have bulwark. But that doesn't operate unless we have cover or we do guarded, or we brace ourselves. And we don't have enough for vigilance. So we are just gonna have to go up and tank. Oh, we're gonna really... we don't have a lot of decent shots, it's all obscured.
Taking the high road. Firing everything I've got.
We're just gonna have to take these shots, see what we get. Okay, that vehicle can't push up very far, it's slow.
Standing by.
Which actually doesn't bode very well for me. It might be like an actual threat. Like a Shrek or a Demolisher. Can I get a side shot? From here I can, and I can get line of sight onto whatever that is.
Up high.
It's an SRM carrier. Do I want to just take that out instead? That's much more threatening than that Centurion is. And it has full armor, we're gonna have to work on it, so
Copy
yeah.
that.
So that side is almost dead, only 9 HP.
Engaging jump jets.
Should be hold off these large lasers, I'm thinking.
Engaging
Good,
target.
okay. I was worried it's gonna hit the rear armor and spread out the damage, but no, we got it.
Enemy unit
That's probably the most
destroyed.
threatening
Waiting for orders.
unit on the field dead. And that's his right side. I believe that's the... Yeah, that's the side we want. He's got everything in his right side. His left side's empty. Okay, we're hitting this leg a decent amount. Okay, just a locust. It is the SRM locust, though. And, let's focus on the Centurion before it can move. We're gonna have to let whatever mech... Actually, no, that's the Centurion. I got these... I thought the, number 2 initiative was the Centurion. So, he doesn't have any evasion right now. So who's got the biggest Alpha Strike? Honestly, it might be the Blackjack. It's 105 damage.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Actually, no, it is the Shadowhawk. So can we get a side shot? Yes, we can. We're not in range with the SRMs, though. We are from here. But we are obstructed. So do we get better shots? It's 80, 70, and 60s versus 70, 80s, and 70s. Let's take this shot.
No sweat.
He didn't get sight of that vehicle, but it's probably just a striker.
Got it.
Okay, large laser's dead. That's good. That's the biggest threat on
Another
that
hit
mech.
like that and you're toast.
Good. Barely hit us. And unfortunately, he is kind of tanking with
Ready
his
for
front now, so he can't get a concentrated shot on. And you just pull back a little bit just so you're barely in range. Or should we focus on this locust now? He's still got an LRM-10 and 2 medium lasers, and we're not sitting in cover, so we kind of want to deal with that. Okay, that was a torso shot. Where are the rest of his weapons? Right torso's got nothing. Center torso has the lasers, of course. Yeah, okay, I should have known that from the, I mean, we have a Centurion. I should know what what fit it has. And I can't get around. No. So we're just gonna get some evasion. We can get 2 from here, and we're in range. Although we are coming into line of sight from whatever that vehicle is.
All weapons committed.
We missed with one of the large lasers, unfortunate. Is our target moving in? It's here now. I think it's maneuvering around to the edge of the map.
Orders.
Let's get an optimal range for everything. We are spreading the damage out. We're just sandpapering it because we can't get that side shot that we want. Okay, it is a striker. Not too threatening. LRM 10, SRM 4, I believe. Maybe a 6.
Net warriors, it's go time.
Yeah, 6. Okay. Is this guy gonna punch us? No, he's just gonna do point-blank shot with the... Oh no, he's got SRMs, not LRMs. Okay.
Minimal damage.
Alright, let's keep going.
To go.
I hear ya.
Keep focusing on this Shadowhawk. We should be able to get around his side now. Yeah, from here. And we are in cover. Fortunately, this is very heat intensive.
Lifting off.
So we might have to turn off the large laser and, well, even the medium laser.
Firing.
It's kind of not worth it. We probably should have like moved up and punched. In fact, the Shadowhawk can probably punch the Locust. Everyone else can take care of the Centurion.
Waiting for orders.
We could get a rear punch, but that'll expose my rear, so let's not do that. 80% chance to hit. With 85 damage, we should punch through pretty much anywhere we hit it.
Coordinates received.
Well, not if we get the arm.
And there's more where that came from.
Exactly enough armor and structure to not touch the center torso any. You are running hot. So we might have to turn off some weapons too. Just one laser. Could we get a Centurion as a, like a backup salvage? Because that's one pilot injury now. He's a gunner, so he doesn't have a lot of guts. If we blow this torso, that's only at 10 HP. That's going to be a second pilot injury. Then we get this other torso. That could be a full Centurion salvage we're looking at.
Yes, Commander. Got it.
Let's try that. We can turn off the PPC because there's only 10 structure on this torso. So the medium laser and the LRM should be able to
Copy
kill
that.
it. If we can hit it. Which we can't. We got one shot. Only one missile hit the LRM. Alright, that is the assassination target coming into range.
Damage. Minimal.
It is a heavy mech. It's operating phase 2.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, that's a bad head hit.
I'm wounded.
Alright, oh, that was a LRM 15. Orions have an LRM 15. I don't think it looked like an Orion though. Could have been a Cataphract? I don't think those have LRMs though.
What can I do for ya?
Okay, you are targeting the Centurion. Actually, you're my Shadowhawk. You might just want to punch the Locust, so rather...
I hear ya.
you need to cool down, so you can take a couple of pot shots.
Position confirmed.
Get that torso for me, please.
Affirmative.
And you hit the center torso. It's not what I want. Come on. Come on, guy. You can do it. It's not that hard. Look, he's just sitting there. He's not even moving.
What's up, boss?
Right, maybe... maybe that's outside of... Maybe you can.
Moving out.
I'm gonna end up destroying the center torso at this rate.
Acknowledged.
Especially, yeah, every missile went into the center instead of the one part I wanted. And we're gonna have to turn off the large lasers, I think. Torso, please. No, that's the wrong torso, and you hit the center. Alright, well, no Centurion salvage for us. Okay, now,
Waiting on
Shadowhawk,
you, Commander.
you can't get in range to punch. And your SRMs are kind of inaccurate, because he moved and he's small and he's in cover.
On my way.
Turn off that AC-5.
Here we go.
Save the ammo. Okay, that's an experienced pilot. He's got breaching shot. But if he wants to fire LRMs at range, I'm kind of content in letting him keep doing that. This striker is going to be a problem. Or he's going to be annoying, rather. And that I did not want to take. That's my SRM
Through
ammo.
my armor, Commander. Commander?
Alright.
Got it.
Can you punch him to death this time? Yes, you can.
Enemy down.
Now we can take out the striker, and then whatever this is won't have any line of sight on us. We can
Good to go.
re-engage from a better location. Although this is a nice little cover area here for us, but we don't have any line of sight. Nothing to break line of sight.
Location confirmed. All weapons are go.
That was a terrible miss. We're going to want to cool off our mechs here too, so let's just keep firing the medium lasers.
Engaging target.
Orders.
Can we get away with everything? Yes, we can. Let's try to kill this thing while we can.
Roger that.
Good. Alright, we got a turn or two to cool down and reposition.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Okay, where do we want to re-engage from? This is the edge of the map, but there's this nice little crater to hide in, and we can jump back down to this ridgeline if we need to fall back. And there's a little bit of line of sight obstructions here, not a lot though. There's a small cover patch. He's sitting up on this slope here. So if we approach from this angle, he's going to have the high ground. We don't want that. We might actually just want to go in from this side, get the high ground bonus, fight around this hill. So let's pull back into here, cool down.
Coordinates received.
Heading out.
Moving out.
We're only moving rather than sprinting, because sprinting does consume a little bit of heat. Or does generate a little bit of heat. Are we going to be out of line of sight if he moves up? No. So we're going to want to go in on him this turn.
Receiving you.
Not with you though. Someone who's closer. You. And that's in cover. I think we can afford the heat if we jump. Get a better angle. That's my left side. Yes, my left side is my dead side.
Confirmed.
Thunderbolt. Okay. That makes sense from what I remember. Yeah, that was a Thunderbolt that I was looking at. I was thinking, you know, from so far back it looked like a Thor or a Loki, but those are clan mechs. That's way too advanced and not in the timeline yet. This is only 3025, not 3050. Also, the head's on the wrong side. Okay, well, it's not actually that scary of a mech. Just a single large laser. That's the biggest threat on it. We are front aspect, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to sandpaper it.
Our primary target is taking damage.
Did get both hits on the same location, though. That was nice. Can we get around? No, we're just going to have to go to the front.
Lifting off. I copy.
We are spreading out the damage, as I feared.
Engaging target.
And all this jumping is going to heat us up quite badly. Yeah, where are his weapons located? That left torso. That's got all the medium lasers in it. And the LRM. So if we can get that left side, that'll be very nice.
Good to go.
In fact, we might want the Shadowhawk running over that way. Not that it can run. Just take some pot shots. Hit the center though, we're chewing through that center torso. If you're gonna salvage this thing, you need to start hitting the sides.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
If he keeps shooting like that, he's gonna overheat. I don't think I can afford to jump
Good to go.
and still be able to fire anything of any use. Can get his left side though. Yeah, we won't be in cover anymore, but it might be worth it. I can get closer and still get that side shot? No, not quite.
Engaging jump jet. Firing on target.
That missed.
Systems recycling for another shot.
Waiting for orders.
Now, you've got quite the heat buildup too. That PPC in this environment is not like staying cool. You're just gonna have to move, I think. Just regular walk.
Engaging target.
We are boring through that center torso. I don't think we're gonna get this. Ooh, that's bad heat buildup too.
Firing jump jets.
Yeah, that's an overheat with that large laser firing. Okay, a little bit more damage on that torso. If we get that knocked out, that's most of his damage. He only had the heat to fire that large laser.
Damage minimal.
Our target is bugging out. Stop it before it gets away.
Okay, so, God, really? He's practically there. We're gonna have to... His legs are fully, or more or less fully intact. Yeah, we're gonna have to just go all in on that center torso. We're just gonna have to kill it. We're not gonna get the salvage.
Moving to position.
Which is very unfortunate, but
All weapons
can't
are
let him get
full.
away. I'd rather get the objective done than fail it. And also, God, thunderbolts with center torso ammo. That's why you never take center torso ammo, by the way. Because I don't think I had the damage to kill it. But it still blew up from the ammo detonating.
Mission successful.
You know, you might think, you know, if your center torso structure is getting hit, you're basically dead already, right? So you might as well throw the ammo in there. No. With the damage reduction, you can tank on center torso structure for quite a while. So, you know, it's never worth it putting it in there. Didn't I go... Yeah, I went high salvage on this one, expecting, you know, to get a nice mech out of it, but nope, we're just gonna get a whole ton of SRM-6s from that SRM carrier that blew up. So we want to get some more Centurion parts and another large laser or LRMs. I don't really use LRMs all that often. They're good if you want to do like a stability build where you just knock down mechs repeatedly, get the pilot kills. That takes a while though. And I'm not building my pilots for that kind of play either. And plus it's kind of cheesy. You have one light mech with like Ace Pilot or something like that, and you just use it to sensor lock everything. And then you have the rest of your lance in the corner of the map firing as many LRMs as they can fit, and you just repeatedly knock down mechs and get pilot damage. And you just end up with a whole ton of salvage that you probably have no use of. Or no use for, because you've already got your setup. Alright, we got some more experience to spend. What do we got?
Waiting for orders.
This one is an extra +2 health, but it does get us closer to coolant vent. It would be very nice to get that coolant vent here. Especially on those hotter planets like Martian terrain or lunar. Yeah, let's keep getting that guts up. And then we can focus on the gunnery and whatnot.
Mech warrior training complete.
Accuracy
What's
hasn't
up,
been a
boss?
big deal for us unless we're fighting locusts. But, it'd be better to get that overheat, or the coolant
Commander?
vents.
Receiving you.
You've only got 100. You have 2,000. I just spent.
Orders?
Right, because I haven't been taking Decker out on any fights because our commando was in the shop.
Training complete.
What is that pilot in there? What's the next Pippa piloting? Is it extra evasion or extra sprint distance? I don't know. I kind of want to get 4 skill on everything just to have it. And it's only 400 XP. It's cheap.
Training confirmed, Commander.
And more guts for you.
Mech warrior
Or
training
me, I
complete.
guess. Just randomly picked. I didn't take a lot of time on the character creator. It doesn't really matter much. Okay, do we have any repairs that need to be done? Yes, the Shadowhawk did take some damage. 1 day. Right, that Locust got that rear shot. Damaged the left torso a little bit. 3 days on the catapult. Another 22 days on the commando. And Medusa's out for 15 days, so Decker is going to get his time to shine here if we go into another contract. Do we have the mechs for that, actually? I saw 2. Yeah, we're down 1 mech. We can wait 1 day, though. Where am I? Leopard, that's what I want. Okay, we have the catapult ready to go. Actually, let's flip that so we get that Shadowhawk repaired. And what do we have for contracts now? We could go, where was it? Is it still here? The abandoned factory. You could go for the money on this one. Not that we need money. Tag team. Battle 1 million, 4 salvage, 2 skulls. This might be a good mission to take. We got the catapult. We got a heavy mech now. Two skulls. Just a straight up battle. Highlands, it's not going to be any heat. It's not good or bad for heat, just neutral heat. And do we want to get that 4th piece of salvage for 260k? Whatever salvage we get is not going to be worth it. Although we do get 4 extra pieces of salvage here too, so... At 2 skulls, just a simple battle. What are the chances that we're going to run into a mech that we want? Probably not very high. And if we do run into a mech that we want, we still have 3 guaranteed salvage. Let's just go with that. And Decker, you... What's a good mech for you? This is just a double PPC. That might be a good replacement for the Blackjack. So what's a fast mech? The Shadowhawk. If you can get the Shadowhawk in here with Decker, he can punch. Rather than the Centurion, which is kind of like a tank. AC5, 2 medium lasers, S laser. No, it's not 2 medium, it's large laser. So no, definitely not on you. Maybe let's swap these pilots around. In which case, maybe glitch on the Vindicator? It's kind of the same difference, really. That's 2 long-range weapons versus 1. Probably better to multi-target there. I mean, not that, like, just firing 1 medium laser at something, that's not going to do a lot. So, chances are we're probably not going to do multi-target. I doubt it. So, if I'm going to go coolant vents... No. I was thinking what my pilot loadout is going to be at max skill. Is it going to be cooling vents, or is it going to be breach and shot? If it's not going to be cooling vents, then I should probably do, like, sure footing instead of multi-target. Because the only point of getting multi-target is if you have breach and shot. Because breach and shot means... if you fire 1 weapon at a target, you ignore cover bonuses. and guarded and bulwark and stuff like that. And if you multi-target 2 different targets and fire 1 weapon at each of them, both of them get the breaching shot applied. So it couples, multi-target couples very well with breaching shot, but if you don't have breaching shot, there's not a lot of utility in splitting your fire. You really want to concentrate your damage on single targets. Yeah, there's no point in having an entire lance up with a little bit of damage here and there. They're still at full effectiveness. You want to be killing mechs, get them out of the fight, get their damage out of the fight so you can live longer. So if I'm going cooling vents on my pilots, I'm probably going to want sure footing instead. That'll give me a little bit of extra evasion, which is not going to be helping in the long run. Going to be a lot of vigilance, bulwarks, sitting still kind of stuff. But it does mean I take less stability damage. I believe that's one of the extra effects.
Command interface initiated.
Okay. I think I saw a mech there. I think it was just a locust. I should have taken a better look at that. Can I see anything? No, that's too far away. Oh, I've got an escort? Okay, we are working in conjunction with a friendly lance. Oh, this is that rookie training mission. Right, okay. Also, they're saying like Argo command and whatnot. We don't actually have the Argo yet. Yeah, sure, Canopian Lance, safely evacs. But only one has to survive. So we have a bunch of trebuchets, a catapult, and a grip. This is a very heavy lance for a 2-skull mission. Okay, so this is the traditional catapult. It's just got an LRM pod for each arm rather than PPCs. These do count as its arms. Just actually, I really like the... Oh god, get this... There, I really like the design of the MWO, the MechWarrior Online catapult. All the models in the game are borrowed from MechWarrior Online. All the redesigns. So I do like this nice chunky catapult look. Right, so... What are we doing? What's our terrain look like? We've got this nice valley here. Good high ground, lots of cover. If we can approach from the side here. And there is this big line of sight obscuring rock. And no, we can't see any mechs here now. They're there. We saw them in the opening as we dropped in. I think I saw a locust, but can't be sure. And here we got lots of cover, but no line of sight obscuring terrain. So we're going to want to go this way. Well, actually, it's a question of where are these guys going to go? Are they going to just like charge straight up the middle here? In which case we don't really have the time to go on a flank around this hill. We just have to fight around this central rock. Alright, well,
Location confirmed.
let's just go down the middle for now. That'll keep our options open. The only problem with this catapult, having just 2 PPCs, is that it has a 90-meter minimum range, which is going to be a little bit difficult to play around if they get close.
Roger.
It's also quite slow. You know, heavy mech doesn't go very far, especially in woods. Yeah, they are just charging up. Alright, at least Decker here can move pretty far. Let's get sensor contacts. Might even have line of sight here. At least 2 mechs. Can we get a better distance if we jump? Yes, but not into cover.
Got it.
What's the jump range on the catapult? That's good.
Engaging jump jets.
Coordinates received.
Okay, just a locust. Just a pair of light mechs, probably 2 locusts. So what's the catch here? Spider. Alright, reinforcement. What is that on there? Oh. Kind of looks like another locust, honestly. Those little, like, wing arms that it's got. It looks a bit big to be a locust, though. But I don't know what other mechs looks like that, though. Alright. These guys are just gonna charge in. Another light, another locust. Come on. Speed this up here, guys. Oh, it's the Capellans and the Curitans. We got a double threat here. 2 great houses want these guys dead.
Damage is light.
And the commando. Do we have something... Are one of our friendlies here, do they have good sensors? Because I saw that commando had a weight class before it got revealed on sensors. And something with a decent amount of LRMs. Medium class. LRM 10 could be Centurion. It could also be a Griffin. I think they have an LRM 10.
Receiving you.
Alright. Who's got the least evasion? That locust there does. That's still not a very good hit, though. Can we get closer? Not really, but it'll have to do.
Engaging jump jet. Locking in all weapon systems.
If we're going to be shooting something at low accuracy, it might as well be missiles, because every missile rolls to hit individually rather than all at once. Wow, just stripped both sides of that with one shot. That was good. Good shooting. And an LRM 5 on the medium weight class. It could be a Vindicator, but there's no PPC.
Good to go.
Alright, we got good chances to hit that one. Now that it has no evasion left.
Commencing alpha strike. Dang, you're dead.
These locusts really cannot stand up to any kind of fire. They should be turning tail and running.
Yes, Commander.
And let's focus on this guy now, since our allies are helping us out with him.
Target acquired.
Not the best chances to hit still. We did get a torso taken out.
Critical hit, Commander.
And he's just gonna sensor lock. I forgot, we do have Decker. We could sensor lock some evasion pips away. If we feel the need to. Do we want to jump? Yeah, jump for that evasion, because we don't know what's coming still.
Engaging jump jets.
Still no line of sight on whatever that mech is.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech destroyed.
Nice peppering with those LRMs. The closer this guy gets, the easier he's going to be to kill. That Shadowhawk can probably just go over there and punch him.
Not much armor left in that location.
Are these guys going to be fighting each other? Because they are 2 different forces. You know, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for, you know, 2 great houses to, or rather, like 3 different forces to fight each other. Doesn't look like it, though. They're kind of working in concert. Yeah, that's a large laser commando. He made the mistake. He's moved up and he's not in cover. There's another locust. Didn't we take salvage on this mission?
Losing lots of armor.
Yeah, we took a lot of salvage. It's a good thing we didn't take the full 4 salvage. That would have been
Standing by.
a disappointing
Ready for orders.
result. I can punch him. 85% chance. Doesn't matter how much.
Orders received.
Why is that camera?
Putting my weight into it.
Okay, a bit hard to see, but we just ripped the spine out of that locust. And this commando is not long for this world. Now, what are these 2 mechs coming up? Another
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
LRM-15, possibly. I don't think that was a 10. I think that might have been 15.
Waiting for orders.
Should I punch here? No, that puts you out in the open.
Firing jump jet.
You have an okay chance to hit.
Reporting critical hit.
Okay. Man, it's kind of... I noticed the game's kind of chugging here on their turns. This many mechs on the field. Okay, PPC. In an LRM. That's a
Armor
Vindicator.
blow-through.
That is a
Internal
Vindicator.
damage.
Your leg again. They really like taking the legs on the Shadowhawk.
Waiting for orders.
And can't see what the weight class is, but I'm pretty sure one of them is a Vindicator. Yeah, that's obscured. Hey, this is going to be the one opportunity where we can use our
On my
multi-target.
way.
Get the PPC on... you have LR5s, you just got 2 medium lasers. Probably the Locust, just because it does stability damage. Oh god, it does not... Oh god, the multi-target really chops up for some reason. Especially on this. And it did cut out the sound there for a second. I am not going to use multi-target again. I think it's burning a bit too hot. I mean, it is getting warm in here, even with the fan going. Still only have a 45% chance to hit with that LRM. Same, even if I go A or B, doesn't really matter.
Got it.
Oh, head hit, that's nice. If we want to salvage a spider. We don't. We
Gotcha.
don't need a spider. Now, it looks like things are targeting this locust, but the spider's the damage numbers, or it's the spider that's like reacting to being hit. Oh, maybe I should call it after this mission. Okay, 2 PPCs, 80% chance to hit. Side aspect, so it's going to be nice concentrated damage. We might be able to blow through the side, the arm, and the torso.
All weapons committed.
Oh, we missed one. Oh, leg is taken out. It's a good shot from the catapult. Yeah, not afraid of that
Internal
spider.
structure
Just a
damage.
couple of... Got it hit the leg again. I was gonna say, not afraid. No, just took out that arm. Right, because we're sitting in the open with no cover.
Orders.
Let's get out of there. In fact, can you? Okay, that's cover. That's the left arm, so I should have rotated. There's nothing in the left arm. That's the dead side. But that torso does have our AC5 in it. Let's go... Let's get everything on this spider.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Let's miss everything on this spider. Still don't know what these 2 mechs are. $45 tons. 50 tons, okay. Large laser LRM-10, that is a Griffin. Or it might be... there's a Griffin, and then there's a... there's another mech that's basically the same weight class with the same loadout, but it just has a different name. They're very... They even have, like, very similar designs, too. I have a pretty good idea what that is.
I hear ya.
Alright. 50% on the medium laser, that's fine.
This should be good.
It still got a hit.
Yeah, critical hit.
This spider took a head injury earlier, so that side torso shot, if it gets knocked down, that's a fully intact spider we want to salvage. Okay, there's a Vindicator, I thought so. And you,
What's up, Boss?
Centurion, way back here, you are overheating, so let's not jump.
Move order received.
If I can get the knockdown, how much stability does it have? Not quite enough. Only 10 stability damage. I don't think I'm gonna knock it down, so I might as well just kill it.
Roger.
Well, I mean, if I hit the, if I didn't fire everything else, just the AC-5, that would have gotten the leg. We would have had a full spider salvage. We could have sold that for 130k-ish. Alright, double PPC on this Vindicator. Does not have any evasion because the sensor lock took it out. And we are slowly heating up, but as long as we don't jump, we can get a fair few number of turns of firing these
All
PPCs.
weapons committed.
Another dropship. Enemy reinforcements, okay. Yeah, okay, there's our 3 lances. You know, I was gonna say, like, I think the Canopians might have went a bit too heavy, or might have went heavy on their little escort lance here. If you're only fighting 2 lances, one of them composed of, you know, light mechs, bunch of locusts. It was a Centurion, right? Yes, because the Centurion does have a large laser variant. We just fought one in the last mission. It might be nice to get like a laser boat Centurion instead of the autocannon one.
Receiving you.
I don't think we have the heat sinks for it. Well, we might, but... can you jump anywhere? You're going to want to swap sides at least. Show that right side.
On it.
And we miss with the AC. And they're starting to hammer this trebuchet. That's bad. That center torso's exposed. Doesn't have any ammo in there, thank God.
Good to go.
I was gonna say, can we jump? You probably don't want to jump with that heat. Firing that large laser might overheat us, and we can't get any line of sight on them if we move that way anyway, so we're going this way. We're just gonna move.
Location confirmed.
The Centurion is probably a bigger threat than the Vindicator.
I copy.
Slowly whittling down that center torso armor. I think we already have a Centurion part, so if you can take out the legs, that'll be 2 pieces.
What can I do for ya?
2 more pieces, another Centurion, just fill out our lance with a bunch of Centurions. It's a solid mech. Yeah, we're not focusing on any one side here. We really should be moving up to get those side shots, but I don't want to leave this cover. And what side are we hitting? We are hitting his weapon side. That's the large laser there. And can we get shots? Oh, was that a side? Yeah, that's a side aspect. And we are not in cover from there. That's side in cover. Fortunately, that is the dead side, though. Still, this should knock him down. 2 PPCs hitting, that should do enough stability damage to knock him down. That'll be a pilot injury. And we still hit the center torso really badly.
Critical damage detected.
We are probably going to end up killing this thing before we can get the pilot kill. Especially with our friendlies here. We are not going to be able to do any kind of mech surgery. Yeah, there it goes. Really, salvage on this kind of mission is kind of a lost cause. Can we see what's here? Yes, we can. Blackjack. And that might be a Jaeger mech, actually. No. No, that's a blackjack. Can't tell what that is. They're facing away from me. That's the rear showing. Might be a trebuchet? Oh, he's really moving out of cover, huh? Okay, you guys are fine. You're not, though. That arm is looking pretty toasty. 7 structure left on that left leg. I'm definitely gonna want to hide that as much as I can.
Commander.
And you need to cool down a little bit here.
Commander?
You're fine on moving up. That's in cover. Get those evasion pips down with our missiles.
Confirmed.
He's got the high ground bonus on us. Still, we have so much firepower. You know, he's probably not going to survive this turn. I think we got him.
Ready for orders.
In fact, we might be able to just march up on him. Or we can jump into cover.
I copy.
Turn the medium laser off. That'll save us a little bit of heat. We are going to have to start cooling down here before that reinforcement lance gets to us. We want to open up that fight with as many alpha strength as possible. Okay, we got plenty of turns to cool down now. And get some better high ground. They deployed up here. So, they can either march backwards, which I don't think is going to happen, or they're going to come down this way. Should we... we don't really have a lot of options with this friendly lance. We're going to have to protect them, cover them wherever they go. So let's just head back, meet up with them.
Acknowledged.
And cool down as much as we can before we have to go into another fight.
Copy that.
Are they going to run ahead or are they going to stick with me? They are sticking with me. Good. Okay, so we can kind of go around. Okay, we have contact. They charge down the hill. A light mech. It's probably not a very heavy lance. Wow, where are they going? Is this guy just on a wide flank or something? It's a locust too. They are really motoring over here.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, so Decker, get some sensor locks on him.
Aye, aye. I've got a sensor lock.
Cut that evasion down. Now, unfortunately, it does mean these friendlies are going to move up into this open ground here while the enemy have the high ground advantage. and cover. Says trebuchet. Didn't I say trebuchet? Yeah, I did.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So maybe, let's see, 2 evasion pips. He's a much more threatening target, so let's go after him. That's indirect. That's direct line of sight.
You betcha.
I probably should have saved Decker's move for whatever came down after.
Time to die.
We're getting good hits on that torso. We do have a lot of firepower here, it's just
Receiving you.
annoying that we can't control it. And can't get anywhere useful, so let's just cool
Heading
down.
out.
Now, was that a medium mech moving, or was that a heavy mech? So we're in phase 2 now, but that could have been like just the end of phase 3. And what about you? You can jump here in range.
Engaging jump jets.
Let's get a precision strike on that torso.
All weapons.
Try to get those weapons out of the fight. There we go. Got one of the LRMs down. Center torso did take a decent amount of bleed through as well. LRM spam can be pretty good if you can get the... if you can set up for it. You know, that's 15 missiles that do 4 damage each. You're looking at, you know, a decent amount of damage. The only problem is it tends to be dispersed, you know, all over the target rather than concentrated. Wait, that was 33%, so there's only 3 mechs. They got a demi-lance, not a full lance.
Good to go.
Which means whatever that last mech is might be a bit heavier. And, actually, no, I'm going to reserve. I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm going
Waiting
to
for my
reserve,
opening.
see what else comes down, and then sensor lock that. Especially if that happens. Okay, it is something heavy. It is... what is that? Is that a mech or a vehicle? It's a 65-ton mech. Could be a catapult. I think catapults are 65 tons. Haven't seen any PPCs or LRMs from it, though. Of course, it could just not have had line of sight this whole time.
Standing by.
So, Decker, can you get in sensor range? No, not quite. Not even with a jump. Need to be in sensor range to get the sensor lock on them.
Aye, aye.
Yeah. So, just brace for now.
What can I do for you?
Hmm.
Taking the high road.
I don't want to move out here into this low ground. No cover. Facing a heavy mech. Could rip us up pretty badly before we get to cover.
Engaging jump jets.
What's up, boss?
We can take the high ground over here, though. Alright, what you got? It is a Jaeger mech. It was not a blackjack. It was a Jaeger mech. Very similar to a blackjack. It's basically the blackjack's big brother. So yeah, pair of AC5s, pair of AC2s, and a medium laser, or 2 medium lasers as backup. Very little armor though, only 30 on the arms, which is where most of its weapons are. Makes a good sniper, not a good brawler.
Waiting for orders.
Is that direct? So, can I get side aspect shots? No, I can't.
Jumping.
Let's keep going around. Let's get some high ground advantage while we can. Our friendlies will just pepper him from the front. Yeah, look at that. His torso's already exposed.
Orders.
Still not quite the side. It's not the most heat, so let's just take the shots. Another shot on that torso, that's almost gone. It's going to be half his weapons. We're not going to get him to salvage as much as I would like to salvage another heavy mech. Oh, side aspect. It's barely there, but we got it. Should we do precision strike? Nah, we don't need to. I think it has center torso ammo even, so does it? Yes, AC2 ammo in the center. Oh, that's a head hit. Plus a torso kill. That's 2 pilot injuries so far. If you can get this leg, that's going to be 3. He's only got 3 HP. We might actually be able to salvage a Jaeger mech. What's the center torso at? 102 structure. But that ammo is very dangerous. How much HP on the leg? 51, and he's well guarded. He's entrenched, he's in forest. So we're going to need both PPC shots to hit that leg, and we can't get the angle on it. If we skip this turn, who's going to go first? I think our friendly... No, he's going to go first, and then allied maybe? Let's not shoot him this turn. Let's keep him on as high health as possible. Okay, that's a bit more extra damage on the leg. 24, that's good. That's like a single hit. Now we can get in there. Give me a precision strike on that leg, please. If we pour everything into the center torso, that's going to be 75, 95 damage. And he's got cover, so it's going to be less than 95. It's going to be 80% of 95. Alright.
Got it.
So that's center, that's a bunch of center torso shots, and not a single one hit that leg. That's just how it goes. I just cannot kill legs. Okay, well, no salvage for us.
Mission successful.
If we didn't have those friendlies, we probably could have done it. So, honestly, BattleTech, having allies in BattleTech is kind of more of a hindrance than a help. Especially if you have to protect them and stop them from dying, because they have no self-preservation instincts. And we did get... No, we didn't get wounded that time. That was the last mission. We got a little bit of structure damage, though. That's going to be a couple days repair. And we do have another Centurion part we can get, at least. We have a lot of Locust. And another Trebuchet. AC5, I think we're... Oh, what is this? AC5, or LRM5++. It's only 50% crit, though. Missile weapons only roll once to crit. They don't roll for every single missile. So like a 50% crit chance on missiles is kind of... I think they have a pretty low chance to do crit damage anyways. Still, we do have the Vindicator with an LRM5, so we could just swap it out. You know, it's better than not having it, right? It doesn't cost us anything. Other than a couple days in the mech bay. Any, like, mech mods? No, just a bunch of heat sinks and jump jets. Oh, a PPC. Do we want that instead of this LRM? What are we going to put a PPC on? Nothing, really. Yeah, no. Let's just get that LRM. And we did not get it anyways. And we just got a bunch of locusts. We got another locust to sell, maybe? No, that's 1E, 1M, 1S. We got one of every variant. Well, that was a slightly disappointing mission. We had the chance. That random shot to the head that Jaegermech took gave us a little bit of a shot on some decent salvage, but unfortunately we didn't get it. And I think I might have to call it here, actually. I am starting to get a headache that can't be ignored any longer, I think. We didn't get the Argo. I thought we were going to have the Argo, but I forgot we had the repairs. I think it's the next... After this next story mission, we can get it. So we might open up next week with the Weldry mission. Then maybe we can get the Argo. Then the... There is another aspect, another component to this game that we haven't seen yet because we don't have the Argo. So we're not quite out of the tutorial zone, so we're kind of stretching it. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. It was a good run. Couple good missions, couple really easy missions. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye. See ya. What button is it? I forgot my keys. This one.